Hi, my name is Chris Sadler. I'm the Director of Human Resources for the Sunbury Area School District. And today I'm providing you information and a recommendation about the 2023-2024 school calendar. And I'm going to talk about the associated school calendar and board resolution as part of the superintendent's consent agenda for the October 24th, 2022 school board meeting. So the first place I'm going to start is we're going to talk a little bit about where we came up with the calendar. So in the spring of 2022, I met with our workforce excellence team throughout various meetings. The workforce excellence team is made up of employees from all employee groups, both on the operations side and teaching, learning, and equity side, to think about the 2023-2024 academic calendar. There are some things that we have to pay attention to as we're creating calendars, and that is one is making sure that we still have designated collaboration and professional development time for all staff, both support staff and professional educators, for professional development and data analysis, and to make sure that that all connects to our strategic and school improvement plans and assessments. We want to make sure that our instructional time meets DPI requirements, and we want to make sure we designate time for meaningful conversations through conferences with parents, caregivers, and families, which we do twice a year. In this 23-24 school year, that's in October and February. We also want to provide opportunities for continued data summits, which are high-level data analysis around academic and social and emotional outcomes, and to make sure that we have professional development offerings to support our professional advancement hour attainment and professional development points for hourly staff. We want to make sure that we maintain flexibility in the calendar for inclement weather days, because we have 3 built in, and we want to make sure we define the makeup days if we go above those 3 days. That helps parents, caregivers, and students kind of plan ahead as we get closer to the possible using all 3 days for inclement weather days or other school closure days. If we get close to that, they can look at the calendar and understand that if we have another one, they know what's coming up as far as makeup goes. There's a difference between the 22-23 calendar, the 23-24 calendar. We will now be moving spring break to during the last full week of March. For every year we do calendar, because this will be consistent for future years to help families plan ahead each year. This is also very in line with our neighboring school districts. So we have parents, caregivers that either work in another district, or we have district staff members and students from our own that might be interplaying with other neighboring communities that we have. So as HR directors, we do talk about calendars, and we thought to be consistent, it would make sense to look at our spring breaks as a whole, and that last full week of March is what we'll be moving forward with. Similarities include 176 student contact days from last year, predetermined makeup days, which we already talked about, the professional development days being connected in there, and then our parent caregiver conferences set earlier in the fall to provide earlier connections with parents, caregivers, and students, focus on setting goals for the year. The calendar continues our efforts to decrease professional development during the instructional day, which will decrease substitute costs by continuing to utilize non-student contact professional development days. The goal is to keep professional educators in the classrooms of students to the greatest degree possible for both financial and instructional reasons. So on behalf of the superintendent and myself, the Director of Human Resources, we recommend approval of this proposed 2023-2024 academic year calendar as presented in attachment 1. Thank you.